It was supposed to be a standard debate panel, another segment on national TV where left and right collide in predictable fashion. But when Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and conservative commentator Candace Owens were booked side by side, the producers knew they might get fireworks. Still, no one was prepared for what unfolded. Within minutes, the tone shifted from civil disagreement to a sharp, relentless takedown. Crockett, known for her quick wit and precise command of facts, wasn't just ready for Owens. She had come to dismantle her argument with the kind of confidence that can't be faked. Candace Owens opened with a monologue-style rant, accusing Democrats of using race as a political tool. Crockett waited patiently, nodding slowly, allowing Owens her space. But when it was her turn, the mood flipped. "You don't speak for Black America, and you never have," Crockett started. The panel fell silent. Owens smirked, but didn't interrupt. What followed was a 5-minute torrent of facts, history, and policy analysis. Crockett laid bare inconsistencies in Owens' public statements, called out her ties to extremist figures, and brought receipts, quotes, clips, and policy outcomes that cut through the noise with surgical precision. "Stop pretending oppression is a choice," Crockett said, pointing directly at Owens. "That's not bold, it's dishonest, and it's dangerous." The audience, initially hesitant, began responding with stunned applause. Owens tried to interject, but Crockett held firm. "You don't get to redefine struggle from a studio in Nashville." The moderator didn't stop her. The producers didn't cut to break. They knew they were witnessing something that couldn't be scripted. Owens, momentarily speechless, adjusted in her seat, clearly trying to recalibrate. But the momentum had shifted. Crockett wasn't attacking for show, she was correcting the record. Owens attempted to strike back, calling Crockett emotionally reactive and accusing her of identity politics. But that was the wrong move. "No, I'm factually grounded," Crockett fired back. "You confuse clarity with emotion because you can't debate without deflection." The crowd reacted audibly. Owens' usual rhythm had been disrupted. She began repeating herself, retreating to generalizations. Meanwhile, Crockett kept pivoting to data. Incarceration rates, voter suppression, healthcare disparities, all delivered with clarity and purpose. She wasn't just winning the debate. She was making a statement about who gets to control the narrative in American political discourse. As the final segment approached, Crockett closed with a line that would soon go viral. "This isn't about left or right, it's about truth versus performance. And we've seen enough performances for one night." The camera caught Owens's frozen expression as the credits rolled. Viewers watching live flooded social media. The hashtags Jack Crockett claps back and Jack Candace checked began trending within minutes. Even conservative outlets couldn't deny the impact. What was meant to be a balanced debate had turned into a full-on reckoning. Crockett hadn't just responded, she had taken control of the entire conversation. The fallout was immediate. Clips of the exchange were shared across platforms. TikTok creators remixed Crockett's quotes. Twitter lit up with analysis, praise, and even grudging respect from across the aisle. Commentators from MSNBC to Fox News dissected the moment. Some framed it as a clash of personalities, but others saw it as a sign of something bigger, a shifting tide in how black women in politics use their voices unapologetically. Crockett's performance wasn't rehearsed. It was raw, informed, and devastatingly effective, and that's what made it resonate beyond the debate stage. By morning, interviews with Crockett were already scheduled. She appeared on morning shows, still calm and composed, reiterating her message. "I don't debate for claps," she said on one segment. "I debate to defend the truth." Meanwhile, Owens went quiet. Her camp released a short statement accusing networks of bias, but few were buying it. Her silence on the specific points raised by Crockett spoke volumes. The contrast between the two wasn't just political, it was generational, philosophical, and deeply personal. Crockett had spoken not just as a politician, but as a voice of lived experience. Back in Congress, colleagues approached Crockett to offer congratulations. Even opponents admitted she had commanded the moment. In activist circles, she was hailed for her clarity and courage. But Crockett refused to let the moment go to her head. "It's one debate," she said. "The real work is making sure people have access to the truth, not just sound bites." Still, it was clear that her profile had grown. Media outlets shifted their framing. No longer just a progressive freshman, she was being described as a rising powerhouse, capable of holding her ground in any arena. Meanwhile, Owens's supporters scrambled to reframe the incident. Some claimed the debate was unfair, others posted old clips in an attempt to dilute the impact, but it didn't work. The facts Crockett laid out had stuck. The audience remembered who stayed on message and who stumbled. Even political strategists took note. "That's how you use 5 minutes," one tweeted. Focused, factual, fearless. It was a reminder that in today's media landscape, moments like these aren't just performances. They're defining snapshots of authenticity, and Crockett had just delivered one that would live far beyond the show. In the end, what made the moment historic wasn't just that Crockett out-argued Owens. It was that she did it without shouting, without insults, and without compromising. She spoke with the force of truth and the credibility of experience. America watched a new kind of political leadership in action, one that doesn't beg for permission, but claims space with purpose. The moment wasn't about winning a fight. It was about making it clear that facts still matter, voices still matter, and no one, no matter how loud their platform, gets to distort reality without being held accountable.